Okay, so today we're going to look at circles and arcs and offset. And so what I need to make sure is down here I have the grid display on, polar tracking, and then object snap. And those are the only things that I need on. So we're going to start. The easiest one that we're going to do is circles. Circles are pretty easy. If you drop down underneath the word circle, there's a drop down arrow. If you click on that, you get some different options. Our basic one that we will use is we'll specify the center of the circle and then pick the radius. Specify the center and diameter is also an option. There's a 2-point circle or a 3-point circle, and there's some other fancy stuff. We're going to focus just on center and radius. And so when we click on circle, if you look down in the command line, it says circle, specify center point for circle. So we're going to specify the center point. I'm going to type in 1, 1 and press enter. Okay, so we just did a circle at 1, 1. All right, and then on here I can just type in what I want the radius to be. I can click as well, but I'm just going to type in what I want the radius to be, and the radius on this one I want is going to be 0.75. So type in 0.75, and there it's drawn a circle with a radius of 0.75. I'm going to double check that. So I'm going to go up there and click on my dimensions, click on radius, and there we go. Radius of 0.75, and so I did that one there. Let's do a couple more circles. So we're going to try doing a face. So we're going to do a little circle. We'll do this one at 0.8. Let's do some crazy eyes. So let's make them different sizes. Let's do 0.4. There we go. All right. I'm not too worried about the size. We're just going to make two different size circles. You can see how easy it is. You just pick the center and you can draw that. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to draw the mouth, and that's what we're going to practice with our arcs. So I'm just going to draw a line. All right, so we got a mouth. Everyone see that mouth that we just drew? So with our object snap, your object snap, let's go and right click on it down here. Right click, settings, and you should have endpoint, midpoint, center, quadrant, intersection checked. So endpoint, midpoint, center, quadrant, intersection. Endpoint, midpoint, center, quadrant, intersection. All right, and so what that's going to do is that's going to help me. We're going to draw a line from the center, the middle, the midpoint of this right there, and you can see it highlights midpoint. We're going to do the midpoint, and we're just going to go down just a little bit. I'm not being too exact here because everyone's going to have a little bit different, but you're going to see. So what we do is now I have this really long looking T. This T is going to help me frame my arc. And so my arc, if you come over here and look at arc and you drop down, there are a bunch of opportunities and a bunch of different ways we can do it. We're going to focus on 3-point arc. And what that means is you're going to pick each of the 3 points, and then it's going to bend the line based off of that. And really is all we're doing is just drawing part of a circle. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to click. Once I've clicked arc, specify the starting point. That's my starting point. Second point, okay, which is going to be right here. And then the end point, which is going to be there. And it's just going to snap to it. Press escape. And so we've drawn this curve right there. And then I'm just going to select these lines that we use. These are temporary lines because I don't need them anymore. And delete. And there I have drawn a smiley face. Let's go ahead and kind of pick about the middle and draw a circle to hold the entire thing. Okay? So real simple. Right? The arc, we just did the 3 points. So we picked 3 points. You can pick any points you want. You could even just kind of click out into the open if you just want to guess what you want it to look like. So there's my smiley face. Now there's one more thing, which is called offset. All right? So offset, what that does is that's going to take your shape and it's going to replicate your shape, but either a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger. All right? And that's going to give you kind of a neat look if you want to do something inside of something else. And so it's up here. It looks like a thumbs up, right? Looks like a thumbs up. right up there, and we're going to click on it. And the first thing, everyone messes this up. The first thing you need to do is specify the distance. So how much distance do you want between your concentric shapes? Do you want 0.2? Do we want 0.5? And we're going to pick 0.25. All right. So we're going to offset. 0.25 is going to be our distance. All right. Then if you read the command line, it says select object to offset. Well, we're going to select this circle right here. We're going to select the outer circle. So I'm just going to click on it, and then I can put my mouse on the inside or the outside, and it just replicates that for me. Okay, and so that distance, that spacing all the way around is 0.25. So I'm going to do it on the outside. All right, I can do the same kind of offset thing right here with the arc. Right, I've already specified the distance. It already knows my previous distance, so I can just press enter. Okay, so it's going to do it again at 0.25, and then I'm just going to click this, and I can do it on the bottom or on top. All right, and that helps me if I wanted to, let's say, make this mouth look really, really weird, like a clown. Let's go out here. Boop. There we go. That's what I was trying to do over here. I'm going to delete that one. Click. There we go. So now we've drawn a face, and you can see the offset helps us do that. So if you're going to use this when we're drawing our car, you might want to use that on the circles to build the fenders, or do the arc to build the fenders. Just remember, you can use temporary lines, and you can draw some lines, use them to measure, and then delete. So that is circles, arcs, and offset. And the only thing we need to remember with offset is when you press offset, the first thing it wants, read the command line, specify the offset distance. You'll type that in. If you already like the one that's there already, just press enter and keep on going.